Come with me to Celtic Park for another Flag Day in Paradise as we kick off the 25-26 league season against St Mirren. I worked out today that, quite unbelievably, this is now my 29th season as a Celtic season ticket holder. I guess time really does fly when you're having fun. With my sister Louise and myself in Spain, my nephew was off the subs bench for his first Flag Day at Celtic Park. Trophy Day feels like a bit of a distant memory already, and it was time to hit another season underway. There was a very familiar look to the Celtic team with only two new faces in the starting 11 in the form of Benjamin Mirren and certain Kieran Tierney. I don't really think we can class KT as a new face, but I was excited to see him in competitive action for the first time since his return. To kick-off and the flag unfurling, there was a great tribute to Lisbon Lions, John Clark and John Fallon. Then the maestro Paul McStay received a hero's welcome back to Celtic Park to unfurl the league flag. It was a great opportunity for those lucky enough to see Paul play to see their hero again and tell stories about him to the younger generation who weren't lucky enough to see one of the true Celtic greats. Onto the game itself, and it's fair to say that it didn't start with a free-flowing one-touch passing football we saw against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. It looked comfortable and created some chances. Mirren was unlucky to see his shot come off the post, but it definitely a bit of a frustrating watch at times in the second half, and it was really more of the same. James Forrest came on after about 55 minutes for Yang and instantly made an impact. He was really lively and created a lot of movement and space inside the ball. We just couldn't seem to find the back of the net. Definitely a bit more of an urgency in our game at this point, but it still felt a bit laboured. Then it was a sight no Celtic fan wanted to see so early into the season, and that was KT going off injured. So I was relieved to hear later from Brendan that it was just cramp. Forrest was involved in what we thought was opening goal of the game. Jamesy had a great ball into the box, and our tenacious captain Callum McGregor won the ball back when we thought we conceded possession, and he did well to find the back of the net. Unfortunately, it was ruled out for handball. It was then Ida's turn to hit the post after a great ball in from Liam Scales, and it definitely felt like today might just not be our day. Finally opened the scoring in 87 minutes. It certainly won't be Luke McCown's finest goal he ever scores at Celtic Park, but it was a hugely important goal today. It was like our last game of the season. St Mirren did a great job of frustrating us again, but definitely huge room for improvement needed from Celtic ahead of Aberdeen next weekend and the Champions League qualifiers on the horizon. But one game down and we're already 2 points ahead of our Glasgow rivals, so not a bad day at the office. Hopefully Brendan managed to get his point across to the Celtic board at his press conference on Friday, and we see plenty of new faces around Celtic Park before long.